Realtors of the world, how are you introducing yourself to your potential customers and clients when you first meet them? Whether it's in person, whether it's over the phone, what are you saying? What kind of impression are you making on your potential clients when you first interact with them? This is a big deal because we've all heard, right? First impressions matter. You can never get back a first impression, all of those different sayings that go along with that. And that's the truth, right? Your customers, they're going to get their first impression of you. And whether if they like you, they might continue working with you, or if they might, catch a weird vibe, or maybe they don't like you all that much, or maybe you ask the wrong questions and you feel a little slimy, they're probably just going to go to the next realtor. So, what are we saying to give us the best chance to turn a potential customer and client into one that's, getting pre approved with us, letting us show them properties, getting an offer, closing a deal, and then referring us to their friends, right? Because it's not enough just to sell someone a property. We next want to make sure that our customer had such a great time and such a good experience, and that not only did they have a great time, but we found them the right property. We were an expert in our field, and we just knew what we were talking about. And when that happens, your customers are going to refer you out. They're going to, tell their friends, their family, their coworkers, hey, I just met this realtor. Excuse me. They were very thorough. They knew what they were doing. They asked the right questions. They showed me the right properties. They got me the property I wanted at the right price. You should definitely use them. Right. So, what are we doing to introduce ourselves when we're talking to our potential customers and clients? And you can use this introduction time after time. So, whether they call you, whether it's in person, try this introduction in your real estate sales. So let's just say they walk in. We're going to say, hi, welcome to XYZ brokerage. What can I help you with? And they're going to say something like, hey, we're looking for a starter home. We're looking for a family home. We're looking for rentals. We're looking for investments. We're looking for, whatever they're looking for. And then they might say something like, hey, we're looking for a starter home for the family. And we wanted to talk to a realtor about it. Okay, great. This is where I'm going to go next. Okay, great. Let me ask you this. Have you ever bought from our brokerage before? They're going to say yes. They're going to say no. It's not going to matter, right? Because all I'm doing is setting up what I'm about to say next. And what I'm saying next is the way that we do business, right? Because telling a potential customer or client that's looking for property or wants to buy real estate the way that you do business, the way that it works, it lowers the customer's defenses because they're learning how things work, right? So this is where I'm going to go next. Let me ask you this. Have you ever bought from our brokerage before? They say yes. They say no. Does not matter. I'm going to say, okay, great. The way that we do business here at XYZ Brokerage is we like to, sit you down. We like to learn exactly what you're looking for. Who, what, when, where, why, and how you're going to be using the property. That way I have a great picture of what kind of property you're looking for. That way I can find you the right real estate. Once I have a good idea of what kind of real estate you're looking for, then what we'll do is if you don't already got a pre-approval, we'll get you pre-approved. That way we know how much we can spend on the real estate. If you're paying cash, fantastic. Then we'll just need to get, proof of funds on the cash. That way we can go do a cash deal. Once we have all that squared away, I'll go take a look at some real estate. Once I find some property that makes sense for you and lines up with all your needs, I'll send it over to you. We'll go take a look at, typically we try to show 1 to 5 properties, and we're always sending properties that make sense for you. So, once we find that right property, we'll put in an offer and we'll get you that real estate. Does that sound fair enough? Now, what I'm doing there is I'm lowering my potential customer clients' defenses because I'm telling them actually starting second day today. Good videos, been watching a few last couple. Okay, great. Appreciate that, Gary. Thank you for the feedback there. If you have any questions, feel free to type them in the chat. I'd love to be able to get to them as I can. So if you have any specific questions, feel free to ask. I'd love to help you. So what you're doing with the introduction there is we're lowering their defenses because we're telling them how we do business, right? Because customers don't like the unknown. They don't want to go into something that just doesn't, they just don't know, right? And buying real estate for the first time, maybe if we're looking for a starter home, or buying real estate in general, is kind of a big deal for a lot of people. It's a big purchase. We put a lot of money into real estate. We want to make sure we get the right real estate at the right price and the right areas. So it's a big deal. So, what we're doing by telling them how we do business is we're lowering their defenses, and we're putting the ball in our court because we're telling them how the transaction is going to go, right? So, for example, let me ask you this. Have you ever bought from our brokerage before? They say yes. They say no. Doesn't matter. So, right, we go into it. Um, Sean Reed, Chris coached me early in my sales goals, and I've exceeded benchmarks time and time again. Been using what he teaches. Appreciate that, Sean. I love you. Hope things are going well. And I know you're a beast. I know you're killing it out there. So I appreciate you, Sean. Thank you for that comment. So, once we go into it, we say, hey, this is how we do business at XYZ Brokerage. We like to sit you down. We like to learn exactly what you're looking for, who, what, when, where, why, and how of the property. That way, we can make sure we're finding you the right real estate that meets your needs. So, what I'm telling my customer or client there is, you know what? I care about your needs, I care about your wants, and that's why I'm sitting you down and asking you who, what, when, where, why, and how about the real estate, so that when I send you real estate, it's real estate that makes sense for what you're trying to do. If you're trying to find a starter home, or let's say you're approved for 200 and I'm sending you $500,000 houses, that doesn't make sense. If you're looking for a 3-bedroom, 1-bathroom, and I'm sending you 5 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, that doesn't make sense, right? So, really we have to learn exactly what our customer is looking for. And by showing them that that's what we care about first, because I brought it up first, that's what I care about first, it shows them that we care about their needs before we care about anything else. And these subliminal messages are the little things that make a big difference in what real estate, what realtor a potential customer or client is going to use. So, who, what, when, where, why, and how about the property. That way, we know exactly what kind of real estate you're looking for. That way, I can make sure that I'm sending over you real estate that makes sense. Okay. Once I have a good idea of what real estate you're looking for. So now I'm basically saying, once I ask you as many questions as I need to, till I can find out the real estate that makes sense for you, right? So they're giving you the go ahead to ask you as many questions as needed. So once I, get a good picture of what kind of real estate you're looking for, then I'll start sending you over real estate that makes sense. That way we can go walk the properties. Once we find the property that makes sense, we'll put an offer in and we'll buy it. Does that sound fair enough? So once a customer says, yeah, that sounds fair, well, now what they just agreed to is they agreed to go through your sales process. They agreed to put in an offer once they find a piece of real estate that makes sense, and they agreed to buy a piece, right? And now all we have to do is get them a pre-approval, right? Maybe they're already pre-approved, so we just get their pre-approval. If they're a cash buyer, we get a proof of funds, and then we're rocking and rolling. And another thing, you really want to have a loan officer. Let's just say you don't have a loan officer at the brokerage that you're working with. You really want to have a loan officer that you work with hand in hand, because a loan officer constantly is getting new potential customers and clients, right, that need real estate agents to find them property. And the loan officer doesn't get paid essentially until the loan closes. So a loan officer needs a realtor to get deals done, because they need to get, the people that get funded for the deals, they need them to find real estate, because if they never find real estate, they never get paid either. So you have a good working relationship with loan officers. And if you get an introduction from a customer and they don't have a pre-approval, you send them right to your loan officer that you work with daily, weekly, and then we're good to go. And then, the loan officer. So things work smooth. Like if you need to get them documents, you can get documents. If something's going wrong, you can say, hey, what's going on with this deal? Why aren't we lending? Why aren't we funding, X, Y, and Z? Gary, no questions, just trying to learn these products to get ready for a big show in Hershey, PA in 3 weeks. Beautiful. So you're selling RVs. It looks like there's some good RV training. If you haven't signed up for the Sell More, Live More sales training, Gary, what I would tell you to do is I would tell you to go to sellmorelivemore.net, sign up for that RV sales training program. It's only $99 and you will get 1 year of one-on-one training with me. So if you have any questions directly, we can go over it, over a phone call or a video call. That way we can get you squared away for the show in Hershey. And then also there's some individual sales training about selling at RV shows in the sales training. There's also videos that I have specific to selling RVs at an RV show on YouTube. So I would go look into, go to YouTube, go to our YouTube channel, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and then look for RV sales show training. I don't know what it's called exactly. We've done a lot of videos, but just look on our videos, search for the selling at an RV show video, because selling at an RV show is a lot different than selling at your dealership. So hopefully that helps you out. Definitely go to sellmorelivemore.net. It's only $99. So it's going to pay itself off 10 times over. You get the sales training. It walks you A to Z. And it'll do a lot for you. So if you have any questions, let me know. Appreciate you for being here. I'm nonetheless going to get back to the real estate sales. So what you're doing, you're lowering your customers' defenses. You're allowing them to know the sales process, and you're helping them, realize that you're a salesperson that cares about their needs first. And that's a big deal, right? So what do we do in that introduction? Again, let's go through it one time over, and then we're going to close this one out. So my introduction, hey, welcome to XYZ Brokerage. How can I help you? Oh, hey, we're here. We're looking for starter homes. We're looking for our forever home. So we wanted to find a realtor. Okay, great. Let me ask you this. Have you ever bought from our brokerage before? They're going to say yes. They're going to say no. It doesn't matter, right? Next thing I go into is, okay, great. Well, let me tell you how we do business at XYZ Brokerage. The first thing we do is we like to sit you down. We ask you, who, what, when, where, why, and how you're going to be using the real estate. That way we can make sure that we find you property that makes sense for you. Okay, once I have a good idea of what kind of property we're looking for, then what we'll do, whether if you're a cash buyer or you're looking to finance, if you're pre-approved already, great. If you're not pre-approved, we'll get you pre-approved. Okay, once we get that pre-approval, we'll know what budget we need to stick by. And then what I'll do is I'll take a look at the market, take a look at the areas, find property that makes sense for your needs specifically. And once I do, I'll send that over. We can start scheduling walkthroughs. And then once we find the real estate that makes sense for you, you'll buy it. Sound fair enough? Okay. And what we're doing again with that is we're giving them a clear path on how the transaction is going to go, right? We ask you questions: who, what, when, where, why, and how about the property. I found out what kind of property you need. Once I find out the property you need, we get you pre-approved if you're not already pre-approved. If you're a cash buyer, we get proof of funds. Once we do that, then I send you property that makes sense for your needs. Once I send you property that makes sense for your needs, we schedule the showings. Once we walk the property and you find the property that you like, we put in an offer and you buy it. So it goes from A to Z, from meeting to sale, and it gives them a clear path on what's going to happen. In addition, when we're telling them, hey, listen, I'm going to ask you who, what, when, where, why, and how about the real estate, you're telling them, listen, I care about your needs before I care about the money. And if you introduce yourself like that in real estate sales, you'll have a high chance of landing those customers, landing those clients, and being the realtor that helps them find their next piece of property. If you're a brokerage, a dealership, a business, if you need more customers, that's what we do here at IMR. So, I guarantee you, I can get you double the amount of customers in the first 90 days or less, or will work for free. So if your dealership, your brokerage, your business has some sales people that need more customers, give me a call, 330-703-3930. Again, 330-703-3930. We offer sales training directly on sellmorelivemore.net. We're working on a real estate sales training program right now, but we already have an RV sales training program live. So if you want to go be a part of that sales training program, it'll pay itself off 10 times over. It's only 99 bucks. Go to sellmorelivemore.net, sign up for that sales training program. That way you can get better at the deal. If you like to read, go grab the book, Sell More, Live More Sales Training. You can get it on Amazon. You can get it on Barnes & Noble. Link for all this stuff is in the description. So drop down in the link. That way you can go buy the book. If you want the sales training at sellmorelivemore.net, you can hop over there. If you want to give me a call because your brokerage, dealership, business, whatever, your company needs more customer leads, give me a call, 330-703-3930. Again, phone number and email is down in the description. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel yet, liked us on Facebook. If you haven't done any of that, make sure you hop over to YouTube, hit that subscribe button, type in Infinite Media Resources, hit that subscribe button. If you haven't liked us on Facebook yet, go to Facebook, type in Infinite Media Resources, give us that like. That way you can be here for all the different sales, marketing, RV sales, real estate sales, all the different things we're going to be talking about all the way through the year. So appreciate everybody that's been here and that keeps coming back. We'll see you on the next one.